Before we begin, let me just say that if this video or my channel gets taken down, please check my Twitter or Tumblr to see where I'll repost my videos.
Again, we want to remind you that some of what you will see is explicit.
You're naked, there's a 14-year-old girl, you're chasing a cat around, you've got Cool Whip. The issue here is not gay or straight. The issue here is adult child.
The one that bothered me the most was the guy that showed up with rope and duct tape.
You are every parent's worst nightmare.
Suspected predators caught on tape. And one is caught going way too far. Tonight on To Catch a Predator.
Hello, I am Sarah Butts, and I'm going to be playing Rebirth.
Sarah Nyberg, otherwise known as SRH Butts on Twitter, she does a great job compiling the things that Gamergate says in their own words and then rebroadcast them so people can see exactly what Gamergate is.
Sarah, I'm a submissive male-to-female transsexual pedophile that's fond of age play and penis girls that really misses Dana. I'll see her in about a month. Wait a minute. I may have gotten ahead of myself. Let's back up a bit and establish some context. This is Sarah Nyberg, also known as SRH Butts on Twitter. They have over 8,000 followers, and they've even been quoted in the Washington Post. I guess you could say this person has quite a following. So what have they been tweeting? Let's see some of this user-generated web content. Gamergate linking to leaked nudes, child porn, and libel, but it's about ethics, right? Elliot Rogers wasn't misogynistic, but he was oppressing nerds according to Gamergate. In case anyone wasn't convinced, yes, Gamergate is still filled with neo-Nazis and white supremacists. Well, I think we can agree this person is a rather harsh critic of Gamergate. There's just one problem with their criticism though. What does any of that have to do with video games?
Where the video games? Where my video? I can't breathe.
Even though I'm not really sure what child porn and white nationalism have to do with video games, Nyberg is convinced this is what Gamergate is all about. In fact, they've garnered their following by posting bullshit like this for almost a year. You see, Sarah doesn't really have a job. Instead, they run a website called Final Fantasy Shrine, or ffshrine.org. It hosts a forum for discussion, and it has a section where you can download pirated video game soundtracks. Now, I have nothing against piracy, but I do have a problem with people profiting off of it. And that's exactly what Sarah was doing. In this forum post, you can see Sarah talk about making $35K in their first year, and then well over $100K in their second year. Sarah monetized a site that hosts pirated music. Let that sink in. And then read about how they spend weeks, sometimes months, without doing any real work. For proof that this account is actually Sarah, see this screenshot where they talk about where they placed AdSense on FF Shrine. This way of proving a user as Sarah was also done on a forum post where Nyberg defends pedophilia. They say stuff like, having a high age of consent does nothing though. People choose to have sex before they turn 16. Pretending that they don't doesn't accomplish much. And having sex with a child doesn't create a pedophile. What you're thinking of is a child molester. And even then, it isn't that simple. And another thing that most people don't seem to get, childhood sexuality is typically not expressed in the form of full-blown intercourse. Anything from playing doctor to mutual masturbation to show me yours and I'll show you mine. There's nothing harmful about it. What's harmful is society pretending children are asexual. A self-admitted pedophile is angry that most people think children are asexual. Just wow. Remember, Sarah was 20 years old when they wrote this. They also linked to FF Shrine in their signature, telling people to join their forums, further proving that this is in fact Sarah Nyberg. My anonymous source told me they also confirmed Sarah owns FF Shrine with a whois lookup on the domain before it became private. But I'm not going to provide links to that, because that would be doxing, and we all know doxing is bad and not good. When people started uncovering Sarah Nyberg's other usernames, they compiled them into an Encyclopedia Dramatica page. For those of you who don't know what Encyclopedia Dramatica is, think of it like a much older, not safe for work version of Know Your Meme. It's basically a wiki that allows people to write articles about the biggest drama happenings all over the internet. As you can imagine, these articles are written with no respect for political correctness, so at least know what you're getting into. Basically, don't visit this site at work. As you can imagine, Sarah wasn't too happy with their ED page, and when it first spread on Twitter, they claimed that they were the victim of a defamation campaign. Fast forward months later, and one of Edie's Twitter Twitter accounts is suspended. The last tweets they made before getting suspended all had to do with exposing Sarah and posting the leaked chat logs. I think the account Edie Updates is still suspended, so do what you can to free Encyclopedia Dramatica. In the meantime though, you can follow their alternate account at ed.se. It turns out SRHButts has a habit of silencing people who bring up their pedophile posts. It shouldn't surprise anyone that they've also been deleting all the evidence they can. In fact, Nyberg went as far as delisting ffshrine.org from the Internet Wayback Machine. Now I'm sure you all know whenever someone starts fucking deleting everything, that means they have absolutely nothing to hide. They're just being considerate and saving you time, because there's nothing to see. Right? Fortunately for us, an Anon managed to save the logs from the site using a different archiving service. I'm told by this same anonymous source that the hacker known as 4chan was not involved.
Do we even know who is this 4chan?
No elite hacking skills were necessary to acquire these chat logs because they were hosted directly on the FF Shrine servers. So unless Sarah faked thousands upon thousands of lines of chat dialogue and then planted them in the FF Shrine log directory, you can rest assured that these chat logs are real. Please don't tell me they're fake, but don't take my word for it. Check out the links in the pastebin provided in the video description and verify it for yourself. Hey, you never know, you might find something I missed. I mean, what could possibly be in these logs that has to be kept secret? Based on this post made by Sarah in 2006, they were in their early 20s during the time frame of these chat logs. Keep that in mind as I read some of this stuff. Sarah, I agree. Preteen is where it's at. So date older women, duh. Please, can the artfag forum description be changed to art is a bullshit concept invented by French faggots around 394 BC because they were so fucking bored with sitting around brushing their handlebar mustaches all day? Sarah. Man, that joke was so funny, it's still the description for the art section on the FF Shrine forums. Seriously, you can check right now, just in case you needed more proof that these logs aren't fake. I wonder what else we can learn about Sarah from these chat logs. Sarah, man of peace. Yeah, it sure sounds like they want to kill the blackies. They are presenting a Nazi as a figure to be admired. Sarah, have you actually read Mein Kampf? Wow, I bet that put you in the right. Mein Kampf. I forgot who wrote that. Some philosopher I can't recall off the top of my head. Sarah, racist is a loaded word. I think white nationalists are racist in the same sense that feminists are sexist. Wow, I never thought of it that way. As you can see, Sarah has some very progressive values. Sarah, no, I'm mad at them for buying into everything the media says regarding white nationalism when they rant so often about media skewing pedophile stuff. The fact that they are actually so successful says a lot about the American public. Exactly. Sarah, you can be proud of being white without hating other races. You can be concerned about white issues without wanting to kill the nig. Sarah, you're not a pedo for thinking kids are cute. I'm waiting on the little neighbor twins to develop. Sarah, Pix ego. There is a half blackie little girl next door sometimes. I'm attracted to the other half. That's wrong, Sarah. Nigras are cute. Sarah, she is pretty cute, but I'm not big on black girls. So we have a racist, white nationalist pedophile. Talk about a great combo. What? Wait, was your computer actually seized? Sarah, yes. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what I'm charged with, who reported me, if anyone. Don't know when I get it back. Don't know when I go to court, if I have to. Sad face. Are you going to get it back? Sarah, I have an area of my hard drive encrypted. If they try to break it, it could be months before I see it again. What's encrypted? Sarah, anything I wouldn't want people to see. List of passwords, some legal non-nude model pics, etc. I mean, who doesn't have an encrypted virtual drive to store legal non-nude model pics? Right? No? Sarah, my desktop is my default download stuff to directory. Unless it's PTM stuff, then I put it on an encrypted virtual drive. PTM? What does PTM mean? Sarah. Oh. Huh. Well, now that we know what PTM stands for, let's look up how many times Sarah mentions it in all the chat logs. Wow. Sarah, I don't have anything illegal. Anything remotely risque is encrypted though, smiley face. Yeah, because child porn is legal in your world. Sarah, I don't have child porn. Sure. Sarah, unless you count lolicon, stories, and non-nude models. I think I'm gonna have to agree with Alpod on that one. Sarah, I don't like babies or toddlers generally. Be nice to them, because when they grow up, they may be attractive. By grow up, I mean 6 to 12. Sarah, I used to think 5, 6, and 7 was too young, but Dana totally changed my mind, sad face. Dana and Sarah forevers.
Now, all the time I was watching this, I was beginning to get very aware of, not feeling all that well.
Wait, who is this Dana person? Here, let me look up how many times Sarah mentions this Dana person in the chat logs. Holy fucking shit. God, who are they? Sarah, I am so glad Dana and her parents do not have the same last name as me. Oh god, I really don't like where this is headed. Sarah, she's not actually my cousin. Sure, incest. You can't fool us with your trickery. Sarah, she's my grandmother's husband's daughter's daughter. Still in your family, whether by blood or no. Sarah, so sad face. Her parents won't dig it. Alright, keeping it in the family, I see. Oh god. Sarah, I think I might make a pedophile activism type site. What the fuck? Why? Sarah, because I'm a pedophile, Crystal? Sad face. Sarah wants to rape her cousin Dana, who is like 6 years old. Sarah, she's 8. Really? I wouldn't know. Oh, thank God for that clarification. It makes it so much better that she's 8 and you're 20. Sarah, yeah, I know. Not only that, but if you don't regularly get erections, the skin shrinks, and that's bad for sexual reassignment surgery. All the more reason for you to think up ways for me to see Dana more. Sad face. Sarah, you really think seeing Dana will give you an erection? Did you just admit Dana gives you erections? Sarah, I've said I'm a pedophile and that I'm attracted to her. Why is it surprising? Because that's just wrong? Sarah, how is that wrong? Women get aroused when breastfeeding. Some even come. Is that wrong too? Okay, so this one is a little bit concerning to me, but here we go. Here you can see Sarah posting an image link which I've blacked out, but be sure to note that included not safe for work warning. Oh my god, prepubescent crotch shot. That little slut? Oh god, Ender. God, why is she wearing a bikini? She's not getting tits for like 5 more years. Sarah, Dana wore a 2-piece bathing suit when I went swimming with her. Heart. Not a bikini really, though. So Dana is a young slut too, eh? Okay, so I was supposed to say something funny here, but you know what? That's it. I need a shot of Sweden's finest vodka before I can continue. Ugh. Okay, real talk here for a moment. You might be thinking to yourself, who could possibly defend this kind of behavior? When the Encyclopedia Dramatica article exposed Sarah Nyberg, people like Randy Harper responded by telling people to show support. SRH Butts is also in regular contact with people like Arthur Shue, Zoe Quinn, and Chris Clue. It's not a coincidence that these people also have a history of covering up sexual assault. Seriously, I'm not joking.
And we all have stories of saying something's not right about the situation, or hearing accounts, something is not right that's going on, but it's not my business, so I'll stay out of it. And that's how you get stories of horrible abuse.
Well, I understand being a has-been Jeopardy contestant doesn't pay the bills. You don't need to defend rapists, Arthur. But I'm more amazed by Chris Clue. How do you go from being in the NFL to being an unemployed neckbeard that plays WoW all day and defends pedophiles on the internet?
They exposed her online conversations that included conversations about pedophilia, about bestiality, and by the way, excuse me, let me
Well, hold on, Chris. Let's at least, Mercedes hasn't interrupted you.
Listen, I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a future where a self-admitted pedophile can flag evidence against them as harassment or transphobia. But forget about the future. This is what's going on right now. ED Updates was essentially suspended because they posted stuff Sarah didn't want the world to see. And don't get me wrong, Encyclopedia Dramatica hosts some really fucked up shit, but that's the point. If you want to preserve free speech, you have to defend things you don't like. And lastly, if you're one of those people that came to this video just to flag it, remember, this is who you're defending. This is who you're fighting for. This creepy, lying, pedophile fuck.
Last month, the notorious paedophile was blasted into space to spend the rest of his life aboard a one-man prison vessel, posing no further threat to children on Earth. But it was revealed that an 8-year-old boy was also placed on board by mistake and is now trapped alone in space with the monster. A spokesman said, "This is the one thing we didn't want to happen."
El gran reloj ya marcó más de las 6. Es el momento del gran sabor. El gran sabor de todas las horas. Cena está en McDonald's. Es Mac Tonight. Disfruta esta noche con Mac Tonight.